Hey guys, Justin here from Self-Reliance Gear USA, and today I just wanted to make a real quick video on preparing yourself for hiking in hotter weather or more extreme type of heat. I find that oftentimes, especially when I invite friends and they bring friends to go on some of these hikes, some of them aren't that easy, so you're physically being challenged, but you're also in the hot sun. I find that a lot of these people come really ill-prepared for the task at hand. And so what I want to do today is just go over a few quick things as far as what you should have in your bag, the type of equipment you might want to have with you. And then on my write-up on the site, selfreliancegeusa.com, I'll have a heat exhaustion write-up, and it will give you all the signs and symptoms of starting with heat exhaustion, which is the first phase. Actually, dehydration is the first phase. Heat exhaustion, heat stroke. What comes after heat stroke you don't want to know because you're probably dead. All right, so first thing is stay hydrated, which means before you go on the hike and every day, drink a lot of water. Your pee should come out clear or slightly yellow, I guess I should say. That's a fair indicator of whether you have enough water in your system. If your pee is really dark, you're already going to have problems, so you probably shouldn't go out and exert yourself in the heat at that point. Some of the things that I like to take with me is, first, wear a looser fitting lightweight material that can first protect you from the sun, and also, like this one, will wick the moisture away, which is kind of nice. But you want a lightweight, long sleeve type of shirt that will protect you from the sun and let the airflow kind of get in through and cool you down. So long sleeve shirt. Shorts, I usually wear shorts or long pants, and a good pair of hiking shoes. Now, as far as heat goes, there's two other things that I like to wear. The first one is just a traditional brim boonie hat. All right, this will keep shade around your neck, shoulders, and head, and prevent exposing you to too much sun and also getting sunburned. So that's number one. Number two is this shimag, which a lot of guys in the Middle East, they use these. It's kind of like a standard, it's almost like a scarf basically, but they come in nice colors and patterns. And I again use this as a layer of protection around my neck, and just keep it nice and loose. And it will also serve as temporary shade if you get stuck in a bad position. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick about why I'm filming this video. We were out with a couple friends hiking a really challenging trail yesterday. Temperature was up there 85-90 degrees, and a few people in our group came ill-prepared. One of them ended up in the emergency room and admitted to the hospital overnight for heat exhaustion. And part of this, where we were, I was helping him like the last mile back. There was no shade because it's in a burned out area. So this thing was invaluable in creating almost like a shade cloth. I was able to lay it over some burnt out branches. He was able to sit under it, cool down a little bit, and it basically helped me get him back to an area where I could get him some additional help. So go online, $6, or go onto my site where I do the write-up. I'll have some links where you can get some of this stuff. These are cheap and worth their ounce and worth their weight in gold. Okay, the next thing that everybody should have in their pack are these hydration powders. They're basically electrolyte mixes that you can mix with your water and replenish your salts and electrolytes. When you sweat a lot and when you're exerting, you diminish all of your salts, and then you start to get muscle cramps and other problems tend to happen. These are great for replenishing that, and they'll help you get rid of the early onset of the cramps from dehydration. All right, and so these packs are easy. You put them in there, you mix them in with your water, and you're good to go. You could also get some Gatorade powder at the store. Basically the same thing. So this is like $6 or $7. those are like $1.50 each. You choose. But the Gatorade powder, not the stuff that's like you buy at Costco in the bottles, that's all high fructose corn syrup garbage, so get the original powder. Another thing that you can bring with you, which I always do, on our hike, I brought three of these containers of coconut water. It's nature's version of electrolytes. And this is good stuff. If you like the flavor of coconut water, it's not the best warm, but it still gives you the replenishment that you need. I love it. Some people do, some people don't. You could always throw a few of these in your bag as a backup. All right, so coconut water. And bring plenty of water with you, okay? So not only hydrate before, but bring plenty of water with you. That's the biggest mistake that I saw. My buddy ran out of water and he wouldn't tell anybody until it was too late. So then he put me in a situation where I had to give him the rest of my water, and that's just not cool all the way around. So you're responsible for preparing yourself, all right? You can get the standard 2.5 liter bladders. I'm a big fan of these MSR bags because they come in a bigger capacity. They come in 4 liters, 6 liters, and this is a 10 liter bag. Now, my backpack won't actually accept a 10 liter bladder in there, but I can always put more water in if I need, if it's an emergency. I usually put 3 liters in there, plus some coconut waters and some other stuff. If I'm going to be on a really long trek or something that I know I'm going to need more water, I'll just fill that up and put it in my, not the bladder pouch because that's too small, put it in the main pouch and just let it fill up that whole compartment. So, this is the MSR, 10 liters. You can put as little in it as you want, so if you only have room for 2.5 liters in your pack, that's great. If you have more room, guess what? With this bag, you have more capacity. So I'd rather have more capacity in my bag and not fill it all the way, but have the option to fill it up, than to buy a bag that's too small to begin with. All right. As far as heat exhaustion and dehydration, some of the first signs that you're going to see, you're going to probably start getting a headache, and you're probably going to start getting muscle cramps. Those are the first things that you're going to kind of feel. So if you're feeling that, you might want to slow down, start chugging a bunch of water, and take it easy. Don't exert yourself so hard. All right, maybe find a place of shade to rest, recover a little bit. Once you start moving onwards into things like dizziness and even like disorientation, you're getting into heat exhaustion and closer into heat stroke. You might even pass out. Some people might just pass out from the heat if it comes to that. I've seen that a lot in the military. People just, we're up in the mountains, humping it with our packs, and people fall out. Boom, they're done. Excuse me. So prepare yourself. Get everything that you need. Bring it with you. Go prepared. Don't be a liability for everybody else in your group. And again, I'm going to put more notes in my write-up, which will have a lot of the signs and symptoms of dehydration, then heat exhaustion, then heat stroke. If you're in heat stroke, you're not walking. You're going to need professional medical help immediately, because the next step after that is death. And this experience was a reminder for me with my friend. If I wasn't there to carry him, if he was on his own, it was very close to him not being able to walk out on his own. And if he was another 10 miles and all by himself, he probably wouldn't have made it. That's the reality. It's a fine line between being okay and then not being okay and ignoring the signs, and then being absolutely not okay and jeopardizing your health in a major way. So, all right, this is Justin here from Self-Reliance Gear USA. I'm going to go ahead and post this video and a full write-up on heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and preparing yourself for hiking in hot weather on my website, and I will provide a link below. All right, thanks. Stay safe. Have a good one.